all the information they need to understand the lead's history, their interests, and their progress through the sales pipeline.
Right.
This allows them to tailor their communication and build genuine relationships
Right.
that ultimately lead to conversions.
So it's a partnership between technology and human expertise.
Absolutely.
The CRM provides the structure and the insights, and the human element brings the warmth, the personalization, and the genuine connection.
That's a perfect way to put it. But even with the best technology and the most skilled drivers, there will always be leads who have objections or concerns that need to be addressed.
Right.
Your sources spend some time discussing the importance of objection handling.
Okay, objections are definitely a reality in any sales process.
For sure.
It's that moment when someone says, "This sounds great, but..."
Exactly.
How can the CRM help us navigate those potentially tricky conversations?
One helpful feature is the ability to create custom lead stages, specifically for handling objections.
Oh, okay.
For example, you could have stages for needs more information, price sensitive, or considering competitors.
Got it.
This allows you to categorize leads based on their specific concerns
Right.
and tailor your follow-up communication accordingly.
So instead of just lumping everyone who has an objection into one generic category,
Right.
we can get much more granular and address those specific concerns head on.
Exactly.
That feels much more strategic and less like a blanket approach.
Exactly. And by tracking those objections within the CRM, you can start to identify patterns and trends.
Nope.
Are there common concerns that keep popping up?
Yeah.
Is there something in your messaging or your pricing that's creating hesitation? These insights can help you refine your sales process and address objections more effectively in the future.
Okay, I'm really seeing how this CRM can be used to not just manage leads, but also to learn from them.
That's a powerful
And continuously improve our approach.
Yes.
But with all these different features and functionalities, it seems like it could get overwhelming to keep track of everything.
Sure.
Are there tools within the CRM to help us stay organized?
That's where the concept of a visual workflow comes in.
Okay.
Your sources mention a drag and drop feature that allows you to visually move leads through different stages of the pipeline.
Okay.
It's a much more intuitive way to manage your workflow than just looking at rows of data in a spreadsheet.
So it's like a virtual whiteboard
Kind of.
where we can see all our leads and where they are in the process.
Yeah.
That visual aspect must make it much easier to prioritize tasks and make sure nothing falls through the cracks.
Exactly. And your sources also talk about a board view that allows you to categorize and manage tasks,
Okay.
which ties in nicely with the emphasis on task management and automation.
Right.
You can set reminders, track completion, and even automate task creation based on certain triggers,
Okay.
like when a lead reaches a specific stage in the pipeline.
Okay, so it's not just about managing leads.
Right.
It's also about managing our own time and tasks effectively.
Everything works together.
It's all starting to come together.
It is.
But with all this talk about leads and pipelines and stages,
Yeah,
I want to make sure we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
sure.
How does all of this translate into real business results?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
And your sources emphasize the importance of tracking key performance indicators,
Okay.
KPIs, to measure the effectiveness of your lead management efforts.
Okay, KPIs, those are those measurable goals that help us track progress, right?
Exactly.
But when it comes to lead management, what are some of the most important KPIs to focus on?
It depends on your specific business goals, of course.
Sure.
But some common KPIs in lead management include lead generation, conversion rates, customer acquisition cost, and customer lifetime value.
Okay, those all sound important.
They are.